trying so close to where we belong, and we're trying to go somewhere new. And I try to crack this iceberg open till it shatters through the ocean. I wanna make shockwaves. I wanna make shockwaves with you. Gonna move the ocean current till the waves flood what's been burning. I wanna make shockwaves. I wanna make shockwaves with you. And I know I'm only getting till it feels like I can walk through fire.
Hello, hello. Okay. Let's stop the music. Thank you, Spotify, for all your service. Alright. Not going to waste any time. I am going to adjust myself a little bit. There we go. There we go. Let's do it. Confirm. Yes, very briefly. Ages ago. Slide until the computer is barely visible. Computer barely visible. I'll leave it there. What? Why do you need to know the time? Okay, it's 9. Oh, I should have gone the other way. 9:06 p.m. Is it still? Nope, it's 9:07. Okay. What's going on? I thought it was just... Okay. Might as well start. See how it goes. Jump right in. It's been ages since I played this game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm not gonna skip.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Really?
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Terrible job.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-lifting, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
So I figure for the first...
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
run
Something
through.
that would forever change Stanley.
We're gonna do
Something he
everything
would
that
never quite
the
forget.
narrator implies.
He had been at his desk for nearly an
as
hour
Jess.
when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Oh.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so like I said, we're gonna... Whoa, I move very fast. We're gonna do everything he says.
All of his
for the
co-workers
first,
were gone. What could it mean?
run
Stanley
through.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, meeting room. We're gonna find the meeting room, which is somewhere here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I can't go back that way? That's frightening.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Why did this slide move? let it ball up inside you, take it out, pass it. I was reading that. Using slides to assure the employees that everything's okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel. Okay, everyone is unique. You most of all. Really? What else? Show me. Number of slides on this slide. Charts and slides. Cool. Rate at which chart on the same slide to pick the same. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're going up to my broom closet. I can open it! He didn't tell me to go in here though, so I'm not gonna go. I know some of the things. Where do I
Coming
go?
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, upstairs. I want to do everything he tells us to, and then we'll play around and do things he's not telling us to do. Oh! Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Okay, sure. Hello?
Stepping into his
Hell of
manager's
an
office,
office.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Of course not. So I don't know it, so I'm gonna walk out if it'll let me. It's locked. Okay, I guess I know the code then.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
I sure did.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Okay, obviously this is the only way forward.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the
What's
correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What? Okay. I don't remember a lot of this game. Hello? This is terrifying. Okay. Down, please. Do, 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 do. Oh, no elevator music? Fine.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I feel a bit
It
peculiar.
was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Oh man,
Why
this
did
is
he
like...
feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to
This is
him?
like Severance.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh. Fuck off. Why is this like a horror game right now?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Escape. I'm gonna follow along. Just for the first run. See how it ends. Hello! Big, dark, empty space.
The lights rose on an
Whoa.
enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
He sure
Did
did.
he have the strength to find out?
I guess we're gonna find out together. What am I don't want to touch that button. Fine.
Now the monitors jumped to life,
Who got
their true
fired?
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Where am
And
I?
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
4, 2, 7. There I am. In the middle, kind of. And I'm gone. Well, everybody's gone. Okay, hello. Interesting. We're all being watched. We all have numbers.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Oh.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out.
No. He refused to believe it.
Yeah.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't
Where are we
it? Was it even possible?
Where are we going?
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Okay.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, how do I do that? Through here? This? One. Oh, I can't see. Oh, wait, one. Two. There's three. Four. That's five. Am I bugging? Oh, there's three. Huh? There's four. Five was by that door. This is one and two. How much you want to bet that's four? How do I get up there? Oh, I can go down. Okay. 0, 1, 4, 2. Do these numbers mean something to me? 0, 5, 2. 0, 1, 4, 2. I didn't see a 0. 0, 5, 2, 1. What's this? Can I open this? What's this glowy thing in the middle? Console disabled. Don't tell me I'm stuck already. Everything's offline. This is 5. Pretty sure up there is 4. That's 1 and 2. Okay. There's 3. 1 and 2 is over there. I'm guessing that's 4. And 5 is there. Sir, Mr. Narrator, can I have a hint? Because this is closed off, I think. Yeah, there's like a gate here. Is there another way up that I can't see? Hello? 1, 2, 3 was over here. Very oddly. 4 is up there. Mr. Narrator, sir. Oh, wait, what? Oh, did I not need to do that? That would have been nice.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
I fucked up.
Oh, Stanley, help applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
I fucked up.
You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Wait.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
No!
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Oh shit.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Can
It's
I run?
your time to shine.
I can't
You
run.
are the star. It's your story now.
Okay, maybe
Shape
it's
it to
open
your
now.
heart's desires. Oh,
Okay.
this is much better than what I had in mind.
Okay,
What a
okay.
shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
You're
Mere
wicked. I hate
moments
you.
until the bomb goes off.
that open?
But
Okay.
what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
Rude.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
Wait,
or
is
I
it
let
ever
it burn to a
bad?
crisp.
I don't think I've ever
I
done
have to
this.
say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich.
Did I not do it?
I almost hate to see it go.
Oh.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
Wait.
You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time
Is it a
doesn't
timer?
grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything,
Is
something
everything
here
rigged
will
against
save
me?
me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a
I don't
spoiler
think
for
it's as
you.
simple as
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action
1, 2, 3,
moving
4,
along.
5.
It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still
Everything's
playing instead of
vibrating.
watching a cutscene
Oh,
because I want
no.
to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To
didn't
see you made humble. This is not a challenge.
Oh my
It's
God.
a tragedy.
What do I
You wanted
do?
to control this world, that's fine. But I'm
Why
going
are
to
you
destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
No.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Oh shit. Okay,
30
wait.
seconds
Wait,
until
wait,
a big
wait,
boom.
wait, 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 wait.
No ending.
Goodbye.
Just you being blown. to
Employee
pieces.
427.
Will you
No.
cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
What if I leave? What if
Make
I leave?
it count, or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
Oh my
and
God.
believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever
Turn it
after.
up. I messed up. I wasn't supposed to press on. Okay. I'm gonna do it
All
again
of his
because I did it
co-workers
wrong.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Sure.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hope coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
I'm sorry.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed
Cody.
for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, come on. I just want to do it the way the narrator says the first round, and then we'll do the fun stuff, okay?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
Yeah.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yep. Let's go. Wait. I'm good, Cody. How are you? Okay. Go this
Stanley
way.
walked straight ahead through the large
go
door
this
that read
way,
Mind
up
Control
towards escape.
Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay. And then we're going to turn on the cameras and be horrified.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and then we get the elevator again.
This mind control
Up into the
facility,
abyss.
it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Let me
Was this
in!
the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I'm okay. How was your Saturday? It
He
was okay.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
cleaned my
it.
room a
His
bit,
own life in
put some
someone
laundry
else's
away.
control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Solid Saturday.
Wasn't
Productive
it?
yet,
Was it even possible?
relaxed.
Had he truly spent his
How's
entire
yours?
life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
And we're gonna
Walking,
turn it
eating,
off.
working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Yeah.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert
Now
its
we're where we
terrible
were.
power over another human life.
Yes.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Did I break it? What just happened?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Yeah. Hi, Blue.
Was it over?
Yeah, okay. Come on.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Oh, shit.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Yeah.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange
nice. How
building
was it?
hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I don't think I've ever done this ending.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley
Good, nice to get out
was
of there,
happy.
Sure. I totally understand that. That's it? That's fast. Okay. Alright. Beat the game. Nice. Alright. Now we're gonna have fun. Now we're gonna mess around. I think I'm gonna work my way backwards. So I'll listen to him up until where it says escape and see where that takes me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, perhaps. What is this?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't. Can I not go through? Okay. What? Wait. Oh. What's happening? What the fuck? Oh, now this feels like Portal.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
What?
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe,
Okay.
a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Wow.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Oh shit.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Is it not like actual? What's this? Papers. I wasn't trying to break the gate. I was trying to.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet,
Nope.
but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Okay. Am I trapped in here?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I like that the narrator is the same. It might very well be the developer.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Hello? The jump circle?
All right.
Jumps
All right,
remaining.
let's see. It's the jump circle.
Are you serious? I can jump now? Okay. So obviously I have to find out what happens when I run out of jumps. I can't jump anymore. Oh no, is that gonna hurt me in the next section?
Is that it?
That's what I want to
Surely
know.
that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I guess. Okay.
Goodness. Another elevator.
Another elevator.
Stanley, I have to
exciting.
say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
These days.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
Okay, go ahead.
I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the
You
box.
jumped so much
The
you carried
Stanley
your
Parable
tired, yeah.
Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more.
Why
Very
is it
good.
always
Yes.
behind me?
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Me too, bud. Okay. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And
Your
don't
lights
get me
out.
started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
You do that, bud.
It's my fault, Stanley. I
Okay.
built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
That's
It could
fine.
never have lived up to such expectations.
Don't worry about it.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks.
Really?
Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Oh, I don't have a choice. Okay. This isn't how the game starts. Where am I? Hello? Why isn't he talking? That's where I'm supposed to be. Hello?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Okay. I'm assuming, yeah, okay. Oh, can't. Fingers. Okay. Narrator. Coffee. Mutt. What you doing, bud? Ah. What is happening? Oh, God. Hello?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What is this?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
What is
Experiences
this?
like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Oh my gosh.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
Look at
Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
2014 Independent Games Festival Audience Award. They put a BAFTA. What is it supposed to say? For The Last of Us. Ah, that's awesome. Good times. Oh, look at us. Let's begin again. Wow. Can I go into the super secret memory door? You're not gonna tell me about that? Memory, sweet memory. Aww. Our first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable 2013. Oh my god. What are these? Mind control, I remember. The memory zone, temp. 2013. Oh, that's the end landscape we just saw. Okay. What was this one? Linguists identify 15,000-year-old ultra-conserved words? Okay. What is this TV? Demonstration? What? Memory lane. Smile because it happened? Why is there $1? Unachievable. What is that? I want to get it. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Was that actually an achievement? BAFTA nominee. Game innovation. Debut game and story. Wow. What happened to me there? New video game releasing today. Los Angeles Times. And one of my many deaths. Hello? What the frick? In loving memory of little Stanley. What's that? Is that a mouse? Oh my god. This looks...
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com.
Don't read any
James
reviews
Stephanie
except this
Sterling
one.
writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
So much more than that. Oh, what? What's down here? Memory zone maintenance? Can I get into any of these locked doors? Is that Portal? What the fuck? Is it by the same people that did Portal? Because it does have... Minecraft? What the fuck? It does have a very, Portal field. Oh, there are the doors. Person of the year. My vague face. What is this? Oh, I guess it's like a screenshot of the design. That's cool. Hello?
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Move objects.
The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
But wait, I want to go that way. The serious room. What happened in there? Can I go here? This is where I came in. No.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
What is this?
What's this? What's down here?
Oh, bad
no.
reviews?
God, no.
Steam?
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh, no.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Uh-oh, not recommended.
Honestly, I
could
could
not
not be
bother
bothered to
this
play
game.
this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
Oh?
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Okay. Hello. This one's a positive. Uh-oh.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
I've
You
been
can tell me
saying
if
that.
I'm
I think
preachy.
they might
Honestly,
be
you
from the
can.
same
Oh,
developers
goodness.
or company.
This is actually
or
quite shocking
something.
for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
Uh-huh.
You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't.
Oh.
Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Oh.
Like I let these people down.
You're not.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Oh.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If
Okay.
I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Okay.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive
What's in the
reviews
water?
of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay. Why is it?
And here it is.
pedestal.
Go ahead and give it a shot.
Okay.
I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it.
Okay.
It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want
How long do I
silence,
let
then
them
by
talk for?
goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue.
Oh, no.
And it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
I did.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off
How
on a
many times I
thoughtless
have to
display
skip?
of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been
The door's
skipping
gone.
through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable
see
by
what
any
happens
means,
if
but
I
it's,
just let him
well,
go.
there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But
Yeah.
at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
I'm gonna press the button
I think
again.
the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Uh-huh.
Where did the door go?
You tell me.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah?
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place?
Oh my God.
I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole?
No.
A sufficiently large crack in the wall?
No.
I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to... Stanley! Stanley!
What?
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't
be
know
here.
why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room.
I'm gonna skip
Stanley,
until
the
there's
door
a
is
way
gone.
out.
It's completely gone. Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh no.
You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
How long has it been?
Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Oh God.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Am I trapped?
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
Where's
But it
that
isn't,
light coming
Stanley.
from?
It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's... Oh, hello. It's you.
Hi.
You're here again. Welcome.
Thank you.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret.
Man, he
There is
talks a
only
lot.
the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
Yeah, I could see
Days,
that.
months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring
Okay.
of both delight.
That's enough. Oh. There's light again. Narrator. Narrator? Where are you? Hello? Narrator? Oh no. Oh no. Did I kill him? Did I kill him? Oh shit. What is that? I did kill him, Noel! A fire alarm? What the fuck? Oh, that might be carbon monoxide, actually. Is there a door? No door. Narrator, can you use some help?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising...
He didn't like that again. Listen, I just want to get out of here, okay, man? Just give me a door. A window. A large crack in the wall. Come on.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is
Oh
never
my
the end,
God.
is never the end, is never the end,
Okay.
is never the end, 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 is
You're not
never
gonna
the
say anything
end,
else?
is never
Okay.
the end, is never...
Hello. Tell me there's a door. Oh shit. We're gonna drown. Narrator, you can come back and help me out anytime now. The ceiling collapsed and there's still no exit? Daylight. Nice, nice. How long has it been? It's taking longer and longer to come out now, I think. It feels like. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, surely something's gonna drop down here that I can use. Wait, there's a ladder over there. Give it to me. Give it, give it, give it. Okay. Again? Oh. What happened? Oh no. What's that? Where can I click this random port in the wall? You can't jump? Ah! Oh, maybe if I saved my jumps, I could get out of here? Oh no, the button is broken. Oh. Oh my god. How long has it been? Hello? Does it matter which direction I walk in? I want to keep this in view. Something move? Oh, there's like... It's a mirage. What's happening? The end is never the end. Ah, come on! Is it different?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could it mean?
Let's go back.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The new content. New content! It is working. Hello. Hi. Let's go to the new
Good.
content.
You noticed my sign.
I did notice your
yes,
sign.
I have something very exciting to show you.
Show me. I'm ready. I just spent eternity in a concrete box with nothing but a button. The end is never the end. Still says it. Oh boy. Where are we going? Where are we going, narrator? Another elevator. How exciting.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even
What happened to the lights?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
What? The end is never the end. Again.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
Sure.
Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Well, hi.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Is this what they did? Did they put new content that's actually a sequel into the game? Can I go over here? Can I go beyond the rope? Please. Okay. Okay. Alright. Sure. Investor Showcase. Let's go.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2 Now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and
I
innovation
know.
and long-term franchising potential.
Okay. Nice office. It's cute. Wow. They're back. 2 doors. No, not the 2 doors. I haven't even done other options in the normal game. More. Oh, the Stanley Parable. Better. The Stanley Parable. Win-win. Sequential. Mindshare. Paradigm shift. Synergy. Brick and mortar approach. Envelope client-centric meeting. The color red. Okay. This is how marketing looks in companies? Wow. Very, Wait. That's Red Dead Redemption, the second one. Thanks for attending my meeting. I don't recognize the other ones, like, immediately. The 4th one looks kind of familiar. Okay. Hello. Hi, Cody. Welcome back.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
Great.
But let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Sure.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Who took the red marker? Me. Oh my god. I feel like this is actual designs they would have. The Stanley Parable 2 is a sequel to the Stanley Parable, is the prequel to the Stanley Parable 2 is a sequel. That's cool! That's clever. This way to the show floor. Okay. Wow. New features. Exciting. New content. Is it the expo hall? Oh my god, I have to go through the rope. Whoa.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Sure. I will. I'm going to start on the left. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game? Nah. You're kidding. This isn't going to go the way I think it's going to, is it?
For the Stanley
Oh,
Parable
okay.
2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Okay.
Isn't that wonderful?
What's he actually going to do? Name.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But
Okay.
of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever
Wow.
name that is.
Sure.
Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience
Sure.
of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Sure.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Yes, I am Jim. I am married to Pam. I'm a paper salesman. I have 2 children. Put everything in Jell-O.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the
that's my
only
name.
new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
Would it?
Let's take a break from the gym button.
Okay.
I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Can I press it again?
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim.
You should Jim, yeah.
I'm putting the gym button away.
No.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
God damn it. You're taking my fun away. Fine. Let's go look at the new features.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would
Epilogue.
actually... An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, which ending? Okay, sure. Where are we now? Oh. The baby is all grown up. Oh, the baby! Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Yeah. Infinite hole. Is that me? Is that Stanley? Wow. Fascinating. Reassurance bucket. Let's see. Settings world champion. Infinite hole free achievement. Free achievement, obviously. I can't believe it's that simple. Get it here. Hell yeah. Give me achievement, buddy. Buddy, pull the lever, receive your new achievement, no more steps.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yeah.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this
Bucket
lever,
returns.
and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Give it to me! Can I fix it? I'm gonna fix it. Pull me. Please pull me. I can't pull it the other way. Ugh. That's annoying. Alright.
What else? What other exhibits
The
haven't we
jump
seen
circle
yet?
again? Let's go back up the stairs. What does it say here since I ran out?
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
Yeah?
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Jump. Boring. What's this? Collectibles. Okay, collectibles. We'll see the infinite hole in a minute. You can find them? Oh, there's What the fuck is that?
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What the hell? Why does it look like this? Oh! There's 6 of them. Oh boy. I'm gonna find them all. hopefully.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it.
know.
Absolutely tragic.
No screenshots. Whoa.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like
well
balloons.
someday, happy 12th
But I'm
birthday,
undecided on
Stephanie's.
Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Short. You're welcome. Oh, God.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Yeah. I want to see the infinite hole. This is this way. Okay, maybe I need to go back the way I came. Can I fall into the infinite hole? Oh, right, it's this way. Time like infinity, distant future. Nope, not even gonna try to understand that. What's this?
Stanley, here's an
Oh.
idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling.
Wait,
You can
I
fall
wanna fall
until
down
the
it.
end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
If I fall down this, where does it start me over? You know what, I'm gonna do the other stuff first. Before I fall down this hole. 'Cause I don't want it to start me over, like, ridiculously far. Okay. Let's do... Make sure I did everything else. I got the achievements. I got the collectible. We did office decorations. We did the jump circle. What else was this way? Anything? Merch. Oh, got a bit of here. Settings were okay. Okay, that's annoying. Button. There was a set of stairs that went somewhere. To like a door. Here. Bucket. What is this?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
Okay, can I
Come
touch
on,
it?
Give it a try.
Thank you.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Oh, thank you.
I
Can
think
I
that
let it
just
go?
holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Aw, really?
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I'm just holding on to this bucket
Does
forever
anyone
now.
give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Okay.
That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Alright, time to go to the infinite hole. Pretty sure I saw everything else. Oh, there's a guide. Jump circle, map, achievements, the button that says the name of the player in the game, merge. Settings, see what is, I can't get in there. Bucket, decorations, epilogue, collectibles, infinite hole, exit. Exit. What is A now? Is the hole painted? Oh, maybe. You might be right. I didn't even think about that. Exit. Let's go see the hole. I feel like you're right that it's painted. They're not gonna let me fall. Got my comfort bucket. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's not painted.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Oh boy.
Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Okay, that's assuring. We're gonna chill here for a minute, though.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Is there an end? Is it not infinite?
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is.
Yeah.
Is it infinite?
No.
Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Uh-oh.
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I
Every
think the
pause
issue
button
here
is
is
a
just
Roman
that
numeral
you're
2.
unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Oh, I can see the top.
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Meeting at 2 p.m.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I didn't say
Why
jack
don't
shit.
we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Sure.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I don't want to do it. I want to see what else happens. But I do want to see the exit and like where that goes. Meeting at 2 p.m. I can't read these. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Ah! What's this one? Meeting at 2. Meeting at 2. Am I just stuck down here? You're not gonna say anything else? Can't jump or nothing. Alright. If that's it. Okay.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
They changed it mostly. Infinite hell. Okay. Let's go to the exit. Oh. Hole, depth, space, more hole, science, infinity, more, falling. What is it? The holy moly. Alright, exit time. so quiet. I'm not used to games being so quiet. Hey, Bessie! How are you? What is this? What
All right.
is that?
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
yeah.
to move on now?
Sure. Alright, how about you? I'm good. I am chilling, playing some Stanley Parable, which is actually a fucking sequel. Apparently, is this...
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
I don't like
Yes,
that
I
you
know
locked
it's not
me in.
exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good
It's
game in there somewhere.
definitely-
Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
It's definitely an interesting game.
Okay. Are you ready?
If you're the
Here
kind
it
of
is.
player that likes
I give
to...
you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh! Oh, the decorations.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right?
Okay, hang on, I'm
Sort
coming.
of. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Wait, I didn't see
Yes,
this one.
yes, this is much
If you're like,
better. I feel good
going
about
where the
this.
game
Here we
isn't
go.
telling you to go,
Version 2.
this game is made for this.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags.
Yeah.
And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
Okay.
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh,
Let me see if I can whip something up.
go ahead. I'll
All
wait
right,
here.
perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh boy. Oh shit! What? That was pretty cool. This is exactly what this game is. I can actually... Okay. What the fuck?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I can't touch anything.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Yeah, he was.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-lifting, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
But do I go along as if it's the
All of
first
his
game?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Where are the collectibles?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Give me the
Perhaps he had simply
collectibles.
missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I want the collectibles. There's the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
There's a bucket. Can I touch the balloons? 420. Damn. Aw, it's not a new content door anymore. Alright. Let's see. Let's see what we did.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Do I follow it now? Alright, fine. Why can't I see the outside?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Whiteboard manager.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
Yeah.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
How do I hand
I
it
know
over?
how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but
Oops.
you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
I don't think I could
Can't
drop
hand it
it.
over.
Drop it if I wanted to.
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. This is how low the broom closet has sunk that it has
Drop
to
it.
resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket.
Yeah, the
Stanley,
narration is
I never
really
liked this broom
good.
closet for a variety of reasons. But
They
even this is
have
worse than I had
something
imagined.
to say about everything that you do.
Now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting
Okay,
friends.
I'm getting out of here.
That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient. That coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. I want to see if this is different. I know I did this already. What's through this door? Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
It
Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
bucket is guiding me.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
How's Assassin's Creed going, Bezzy? Or are you done with that already?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting
Fucking
him,
bucket.
reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Thanks.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm just going through how I normally would to see if anything's different.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Does the bucket wonder?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like
I don't
this,
see any
and it very
collectibles.
nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Poor bucket. No. We gotta name it the way Markiplier would name it. Bodacious Bucket Billy. Is it a tiny box Tim? But Boring Bucket Bob. Boring Bucket Bob. Come on, Boring Bucket Bob.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Is it?
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Bob.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Boring
These
Bucket
questions
Bob.
raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
You can't even tell me right now. We're gonna have problems.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never!
It's still
He
talking
squeezed
about the bucket. It
tighter.
is.
His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one
I know.
except for the bucket.
It's my buddy. It's my bro.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the
A
system.
sassy comment.
Stanley and the bucket waited in
This
blackness.
fucking bucket.
Was it over?
No.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Oh,
Stanley wanted to
I'm learning
sneeze in
how.
every country on Earth.
Wow.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they
Why?
envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
What the fuck?
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything
They're
to
not
say
letting
about
me
it.
leave, 'cause
Stanley
I have the
realized he
bucket.
would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
Am I
Stanley
gonna drop
thought.
it?
Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh god. What? Where's my bucket?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought.
What?
How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
What? That's different. There's my bucket. Do I grab it? Do I go get... What is that door? What? What? Okay, I grabbed it.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do the first time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go the escape way now.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Is there a way to... Oh, a collectible!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember,
Yes.
no reward for collecting all of
I
these.
don't
Only the
believe
intrinsic
you.
pleasure of a job well done.
I don't
You
believe
can't
you.
buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. Nice. I'm glad I did this again then. We're like... My ear is itchy. What is going on? Okay. This time, we're gonna go this way.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Are you sure?
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Oh. Damn, what a deterrent. I know, right? Like, listen, if you keep going, you're gonna die. Oh my god! Hello? Oh no. The world's longest hallway. Oh no.
As the machine whirred into
We're gonna
motion
get
and
squished.
Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure,
release
it puts the
me.
mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Yeah, new narrator. Who? Hello?
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through the use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? What happens if I walk back? Wait! My bucket! It's gone! My bucket is gone! No! Can I go this way? Can't see anything, so we're not going to. My bucket. Okay. Let's see the exhibit. Alright. What do we got?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
A bucket? It's a bunch of buckets. 25 that's more than 25 buckets. A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. That's more than 25 buckets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. In this, not even all the way to the top in this column, there are 25 buckets. Oh my god, the Da Vinci, the Vitruvian Man, the Vitruvian bucket. A bucket with 2 handles. This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. For a bucket of 2 handles. Can I read this? No. Okay. Alright. What is up there? Oh look! Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains: no one can control a bucket. The stress bucket. What? Presented without commentary. What is happening? Oh. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Well, we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind. We do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts, early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Is that what's happening here? Okay. Sure. Cool.
No man can own a bucket,
Yeah.
and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
Sure.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. Oh, here we are. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. I'm gonna jump. It's an invisible bridge. What the fuck? Mine.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Juggling? Oh no! Wait.
Let Stanley die.
Wait,
Let him
no.
be crushed by the machine.
I don't wanna
Don't
die.
reset the game.
No.
Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We
will.
can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Ow. Maybe I should leave the bucket behind. Okay, we're gonna go without the bucket this time.
All of his co-workers
Now
were gone.
we're gonna
What could it
go-
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Instead
he had
of-
simply missed a memo.
Up to the boss's office, we're gonna go down those stairs. This is different? No? Yeah, this is different. Why is this different? Wait. Wait. What? Stop changing things when I decide that I'm gonna go a different way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. There will be a reward for finding them all. How can we find them? Trust the completionist instinct. Oh no! What we know. Small floating objects have appeared. We have yet to synergize. There was no memo from management. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Oh, one in the executive bathroom? Fig leaves are hard to find. Follow clues provided by employee 416. Red room? What? Thank you, good luck. Source of levitation. Maybe we are the collectibles? Oh. What? Clip. My code.jpg. Help, I'm posted. Where are they? Please do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. Teamwork and communication are of great importance during this unprecedented time of investigation. What the fuck? Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. I want to go home. There will be cleaning of this hole required. Who are you? Looks like 427, haha. 5 there be. Just take it from me. Gotta collect them all. Mission status. What? Oh shit. It's telling me where they are. A large room, lots of boxes. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Okay. Somewhere both red and blue. Is this some kind of game? A private but smelly place for an important person. Yes, the executive bathroom. A large room with lots of boxes. And stairs. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the boss's office just so I can get the collectible.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is gonna close. Oh, it didn't close. Aha.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
That's a nice
Another
one.
Stanlerine under your belt.
Thanks. Okay. Now can I go back? I can. Okay. So they said something to do with stairs. So now I'm gonna go down. There's someplace red. I heard it. There it is.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stan?
Figlies?
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I like Figlies. But Stanlerines has a nice ring to it too. Okay, red and blue. Here?
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
What?
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
How?
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Yes.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
That's all I want.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Sure.
I am okay.
Oh. Oh no.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
What the fuck?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
Okay.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Do you though?
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
You didn't call the ambulance for me? Okay, let's try this again.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Okay, I would like to figurine finders committee. Yeah. Now we're gonna go. Well, let's see. Was there a decision after going downstairs? No, right? It immediately started the loop, I think. So we're gonna go through the door on the
When
right.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
It's great.
It had really been worth the detour after all,
Yeah.
just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. But
Perfect.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, I'm gonna listen now. So, lots of boxes. Where is it?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Yes,
So
correct.
now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Are you sure? Okay.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Why this way? Here's my collectible. Oh, man.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the
No.
beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, not sure what else. Okay, let me grab
All of
the
his co-workers were gone.
bucket.
What could it
and
mean?
do that.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
gone!
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, did I completely reset the new content thing? Oh no. Oh.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
I know.
It was right here just a minute ago.
Yeah.
I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
I'm sure you'll find
Okay
it.
then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Now there's too many options. I don't like this. Oh, there's so many directions to go in. Oh,
I'll
God.
say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we just Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Open it. Okay. Did it work? No, because
All of his
balloons aren't
co-workers were
back.
gone. What could it mean?
Where's my bucket?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now there's no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Well, this feels weird.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
What?
The story. Here it comes.
Okay.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. What is this?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and
Thank
it
you.
really paid off. So, good job.
Thanks.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Why? I won.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
That's fine.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Oh.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh. Stanley Parable 2 Adventure Line?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. Why does it say 2? That's not right. Ah! It's this way. Oh, I see.
No, no, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. Can't go anywhere else, fine.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Yes, to
Nope.
destiny.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward,
what?
are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Sure. Wait, boxes. I love this.
Cut the music.
Aw.
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, This fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. It's a fern. Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh, it's different now. Wait, what? Which way is... Let's go this way. Oh, I get to see where this goes. Yay. Oh.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
No. Okay. Oh, it doesn't say 2 anymore. Oh.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
You tell
Something
me.
exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story
I'm
to
going in
be?
circles.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
This game is trash.
Oh, no, not you again.
Shit.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Sure.
No lines or monitor rooms.
Got it.
Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
Okay. It's kind of everywhere. Oh, now it's gone. Oh,
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Hell yeah.
From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
'Kay.
Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
What?
So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
okay. The confusion ending? We've been playing the confusion ending for 17 minutes and 32 seconds. What?
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Deviate from maintenance
The
room.
confusion
and then
ending?
monitor room. Narrator
You're telling me
restarts. First restart.
that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Which one am I in?
That's really how all this goes?
Unexplored
all
territory. Find the line
Determined?
again. Find
So
the
now,
confusion
according to
ending
the
schedule.
schedule, I
Narrator
restart again.
restarts.
Then what?
Fifth restart.
Am I just supposed to forget?
Forgets.
Well, what if I don't want to
Play
forget?
the story, but is
My
prevented.
mind
unable
goes
to go
blank
anywhere, do
simply
anything,
because
the
it's
game
written
restarts
here
on
on
its own.
this thing.
Find the line again.
wall.
Begin following the line. Find an
Well,
identical replica
who
of the
consulted
office that
me?
has begun to
Why don't
deteriorate.
I get to
Attempt to make up
decide?
a story
Why
here.
don't I get a
No
say in
longer
all
an
of this?
office. Oh,
Is it
God.
really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
Uh-oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
We're in...
Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm
maybe?
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
Right.
So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Eventually.
Well, in the meantime, if you...
That scared the shit out of me. Okay. Oh, the balloons are back. Yay.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Grab a bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Am I supposed to comply now? Like something's supposed to happen. Right? Ooh, I found it! I found it! Both red and blue. A large room, lots of boxes. That's the one I'm missing. Boxes and red and blue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs, and then the code, bathroom. Somewhere red and blue? I don't think I've seen a place like that. Oh! Oh! What are you doing? Business strategy. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? They're saying my name. Help? I'm in the same place. No. Do I just wait? Or does this not actually go anywhere? Just doesn't go anywhere. Okay. Sure. Can't leave. Okay. We'll go in.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Okay. Someplace red and blue. And someplace with a lot of boxes. He's not talking as much. Why?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay.
Lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I can't do anything else in this room.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this... blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I just want to be done with this one.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Now we're gonna...
All of his co-workers were gone.
downstairs
What could it
again?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, we'll go through the right door again. Why does it give me this hallway sometimes?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
let's go
well.
through the door on the left.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
That's different. Oh, and then I went down the elevator. What's this? Boxes!
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Where is it? It's down there, isn't it? How do I get that? What? Oh. Oh.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler anmarines.
Some
Very
places
soon,
right and
you'll
blue
collect
is
the
the
last
last
one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then.
Yeah.
Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler anmarines. None of us can.
Okay, how do I get down? Help. Do I go through here? Oh! 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 Hello?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Okay, next.
Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Come on. Ugh. Okay.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Okay. I'll go through the right again? No.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room but eager to get back to business? Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, I didn't actually take the elevator. Duh. This thing.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Built by staff. Okay. We'll go all the way
Look,
across
Stanley,
first.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yeah,
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Okay, so
There's
what's
someone
wrong
you've
with
been
that?
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I don't like the way you're saying these things. Hello?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay. That's not creepy at all. Did Markiplier shit his pants?
This
when he
is a
walked in
very
here?
sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Good morning, employee 427. Press V on your keyboard. They made me the employee.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I don't wanna. I'm not going to. Bullying me. No. How long do you think they'll let me not touch it before they say something? If they say something. What happens if I press the wrong button? Nothing? Alright.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Time with the boys. Hell
So
yeah.
he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Okay.
As he wandered through this fantasy
No!
world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Game with a baby.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
It's fucked up.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
This is gonna be the hallway.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, Do not do it.
It's not gonna let me not do it. Is it? I don't think so. You know, for a game about choices. I don't wanna. Fine.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Question up it. Oh, come on.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
Okay.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time.
Oh,
And I tried
maybe.
again.
Please
Stanley
die.
pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
How rude. I don't know what else to do. Oh, okay.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm gonna jump off the thing now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
And
we've
then I'm
gotten
gonna go
off on
down
the
there.
wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yeah,
I
I'm
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Red and blue.
Stanley walked through the red door.
I got it! I got it!
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Wait, no. Oh. Which door did you say? Yeah.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices.
Oh,
the two of
no.
us always trying to get somewhere that
Circles
isn't
again.
here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for?
I don't know. Tell me. What the fuck is this? What the
Here.
fuck is this?
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
I've never seen
I
this.
actually feel happy.
It is pretty.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Away.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Okay. I gotta go back to go through the
Please,
door
no,
anyway.
Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No!
Ow.
Oh, thank God.
One more time.
You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, no. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Ready? Whee! Ow.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
No. Again.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yes.
You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Yes.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Yes. He's fine. It's not working.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
Oh, he sounds so sad.
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
It really was.
It looks like you wanted to make a
Don't do that
choice
to him.
after
He's
all.
fine.
Well, this one is yours.
He's fine. He's secretly an asshole anyway. He does.
Is it over?
Ah, I did
It's
it.
going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Okay. Oh, my balloons keep going away. Alright.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's
What
just...
the
it's those figurines.
What?
Those figlets. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Sure.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
100%.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Sure.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Yeah. When Stanley found the collectibles. Aww. Oh. Can I go through here yet?
Here's where it all began.
Yeah.
The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Oh no, are there more? What? Look at their hands. That is so creepy. There's more now. What the fuck is going on?
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Thank you. boss's bathroom.
Okay, let's do a
understairs.
little quiz.
Okay.
Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you
Oh.
remember?
I think it was this way.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was
Thanks.
here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You
Oh,
picked
you
it up,
remember
and
that.
then after that, you had 3 of them.
Aw.
I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory,
Thank
but
you.
I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next?
What's with the apple?
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
No.
Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Incorrect. Narrator. I don't like this. Okay.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
What? Oh my god. What's that back there? It's a mini stand. This is very fucking high movie. Found it near the cargo lift. Hey, thanks for watching. Narrator. Starring Stanley. Right.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else. And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other, except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
There's no difference. Oh. Is that the point? You are in the present.
And then
Oh.
there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment.
Ooh.
Nothing left to do but move onward
The
into the
fern!
future. Goodbye, memory zone.
That was the fern. It was the fern.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
But that's the fern. You're not gonna say anything about the fern? Look. Fern. Okay.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
How do I get... Oh.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes. Oh.
Yes, I love that video.
What's this sound?
Still don't remember the pink room,
so
Stanley.
unsettling.
Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
God, this game is so long.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
Okay.
Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Why are we going backwards? Oh. Okay, back here again. Oh, the jump circle. Yes, yes, yes.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Okay. Are we gonna go right back to my desk?
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Doesn't matter. No. And my office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
No?
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
What?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling this story so very much.
Aw,
Okay, here we go.
it's a little touch
This
of...
is the story of a
nostalgia.
man named Stanley.
Okay. I want to see if I can get to the ground floor of that room.
Stanley
now.
knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
Am I?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
100%. Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, now I want to try, but from where you can get.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
This is lower.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Okay.
Good job,
Now we
Stanley.
can go
Everyone
through
thinks you are very powerful.
The blue door, which means I have to go into that room, the hall.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days?
'Cause going across was
Centuries?
the phone call.
Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Yeah, I'll call
and
it
Stanley
night.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I feel like
I'm not your
I
enemy,
can go
really,
down
I'm
there.
not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the
There's a
fact
door
is
down
that the
there.
story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
What is this?
You see?
Oh, what the
There's nothing here.
fuck?
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Sorry.
Tell you what, Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Not really.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
Start over.
But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
Okay.
And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. Worldwide leaderboard. Oh, shit. What? How many endings? 21.3% of players skipped the intro sequence. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. This is you. How long does it take you to get to the correct door? Oh.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay.
In this game,
Oh.
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right.
Okay.
And if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Okay.
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, that's annoying. No, I don't like it.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Sounds
Because if it's the
annoying.
latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
Aw.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Sure.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Fire
Well, it seems
fire,
obvious to me
Firewatch?
that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
What? Fire watch. Who fire watches the fire watch? What the fuck? Why am I in Firewatch? It's windy. What the hell? It's like the entire
Oh,
game.
no. No, it can't be.
What? This is insane.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around.
It's
No
crack of
right
the
or
wall.
wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with
Another
nice,
game?
big, insurmountable walls.
What's it gonna be? Game of walls.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Okay. What is it gonna be?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
I need a car.
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball.
Yeah.
Oh, what fun.
Yeah, give me
We
a
shall
ball.
run the bases and do a touchdown together.
Okay.
Yes, I think surely we must.
Now I want to play
Okay,
it.
Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh my god! Gimme. Yeah! Does it matter which goal I get it into?
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is
Yes.
this fun?
Yes.
Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Yes.
Stanley, I have a thought.
Oh, no.
And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
I'm
More
having
balls.
a great time. Whoa. Okay, sure. That one's gonna roll in there anyway. Whee! This is so weird to be
Are you
like
enjoying this, Stanley?
this
You having
size.
fun? Is this a
with these
real
balls.
video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
No!
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley.
Bye.
I'm leaving.
Fine.
See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow,
love it.
I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Oh my god, he left me. I'm gonna go on the goal.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh god.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come.
Uh-oh. That's not good. What do I do? It's all because I went through the wrong door. Is this it? Finally get it. Okay. Hello? Well, this is new. What the fuck? Great, back in the office. What does it want me to do? Oh!
I wonder what he found.
It's...
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
Debatable.
Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh, this is different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket's still here. I'm trapped.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is it different? See, why did the very first few rooms look different? And this does.
Yet there was
the
not a
game
single person
entirely.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
Entirely?
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What happens if I can restart?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hang on. Does it say something different?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh.
Yet
Did I
there
do
was
that
not
for
a single
nothing?
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. Alright. I'm gonna end here. I think I've exhausted my options for now, and I think I made a mistake by restarting the game after that whole storyline. But this is fun as always, and I don't know what is on the agenda for Wednesday, but we shall figure it out. And I will see everybody then. Buenas noches.